Myanmar is one of the poorest countries in the world, and sponsorship is a significant part of the Salvation Army's work here. So we do have some residential children's homes, but we also have a number of tuition programs where children will go to the government school during the day, but then maybe for 2 or 3 hours at night they come to the core where there'll be extra free tuition. Myanmar, as in some other countries, tuition is very much, people really need extra tuition. Sometimes not all of the curriculum is taught particularly well, if at all, during the year, so teachers sometimes get a little bit of extra money by having extra classes, but you need to pay. For poor families, they can't afford it, so if they come to the Salvation Army, we can provide free tuition for them, and then that may help them to pass their exams to go on in school. Our work is in two parts, one in prevention, and prevention is a very important part, because if we can stop HIV entering a family, we save lots and lots, both in heartache but also finances and drain on the family economy. But also once HIV has entered into a family, we can give counselling to patients and spouses and children, but also provide some level of support to the orphans, and also some vocational training for the family members who are left to try and carry on after such a disaster that comes to a family. In many places in Myanmar, and especially smaller villages, they don't have electricity. Sometimes they can buy electricity from private generators, but that can be expensive. We try and do it with water. Myanmar in the rainy season is blessed with water, and we can use that sometimes to generate electricity. And again, we do the same principles where we really try to involve the community with their labour, their input to help construct it. So we might be able to run for 2 or 3 hours a night each house, so that might allow the parents to do some of the domestic chores, as well as give a little bit of light for the children to do their homework. Another one that we're trying to work with poor families in farming. Many people, the majority of people in Myanmar are farmers. So you're looking at about 70% of the population is rural still, which is very different to a Western country. But some of the very poorest people, they don't have the wherewithal to even tend to offer money to share farm. So we are trying to work with some of these families to give them an opportunity for a couple of years to work on a farm, start them off with a small female piglet that they can then also to breed up, to try and get some financial backing for them. It's not particularly easy to have a bank account in Myanmar, so often pigs or animals can be like a reserve that you could draw on if there is some tragedy like a death or illness in the family or whatever. The tubewell project has been designed specifically to work with poor villages to get them clean water, and we work very much hand in hand with them, where they must come up with some of the funds for the work, and the Salvation Army, in conjunction with other donors, will come and put in maybe 80% something of the funds to it. But it makes a big difference if people in the dry season are drinking water from a stream where cows and dogs and who knows what have been there, to have a closed tube well where the water they probably don't even need to boil, which is a very big difference.